I'm about to tell you exactly how to glow up physically, identity, self-concept wise before the new year. I mean, you could honestly do this in like a week. Honestly, I'm breaking it all down for you. So sit down, get your journal ready, grab some coffee, tea, do your thing, and let's dive into this. Because we only have like a month left of the year, so we don't have any time to waste. So if you clicked on this video, I'm willing to bet there's a couple reasons why you're probably desiring a glow up. I'm willing to bet that you know that you're meant for more. You know that you're more than you've maybe allowed the world to see yet. You know that you've been holding your true self back, or maybe that there's just this pull from you to embody, to be in this different way that you haven't let yourself let out and release into the world, into the wild yet. And this might be because of a few reasons, but commonly probably fear of judgment, fear of what people will say or think about you, even the people closest to you. If you change, if you start to be confident, God forbid, or show up differently than how you always have before. So before we dive into all of this, and like I said, I'm not holding back. We are going so deep in this episode. I am giving you literally all the tools to glow up physically, self-concept, identity-wise before the new year, right here, right now. But I want to remind you that this is your life to live to the fullest. So from this moment on, it's respectfully fuck the haters and anything else that has held you back from being your biggest, brightest self that you know you are meant to be, that you have this pull, this desire to step into. And right now, I'm going to help you to step into that. So just like the last 2 episodes in this glow up series that we're doing, we're breaking this down into, of course, the energetics, the actual actionable, applicable steps that you can take starting today. And then obviously we are romanticizing the process, because what's the point if we aren't having fun? Here is the episode breakdown, but I strongly encourage you not to skip through any of the parts. Watch this from beginning to end. That is how you are going to get the best results from this. Okay, trust me. Let me also start out by saying that this episode is extremely juicy. Okay, so you're gonna want to take notes, or you can also sign up for the exclusive episode email where I will send all the notes, the breakdown of the episode, and all the exercises, the prompts, everything that we talk about here, and more bonuses even to your email directly. So that link is down below. And while you're at it, obviously make sure to subscribe, like this video, comment, let me know that you're here. And with that, let's get started. In recent months, I feel like I've seen a lot of people kind of put this like negative connotation on glow ups or on self-improvement and kind of paint it to be this sort of toxic thing, you know, wanting to change yourself or feeling like there's always something to improve or change. And I just want to say that's not my take on this kind of work at all. To me, it's not about changing or becoming someone else. It's really a deeper allowing of who you actually are at the core. There is a reason why you have this pull to evolve. As human beings, we're not designed to remain stagnant. It's natural for us to want to change, to climb, to evolve. And like I said, my way of doing this work is not about like completely deleting who you are. It's really coming home to the truth of who you are, the you that you've probably had to mask throughout your whole life, or people have thrown all this other shit onto you, projected different identities and beliefs onto you that has built this distorted self-concept and identity that isn't even the true you. So all those things that you desire to embody more, those things that you admire in other people, those traits, those characteristics, there's a reason why you have that draw. There's something that your deepest knowing, that your soul is trying to tell you. You wouldn't see those traits, those characteristics in other people if you didn't have the ability to embody them yourself. And those traits that you admire so deeply, I can 100% guarantee you that you admire them because you are meant to be living them out. about. This is your soul literally speaking to you, telling you who you really are. And that may be pretty far off from the you that you've been being up until now. But like I said, there's probably so many layers of false programming and limiting beliefs that have been holding you back from being your brightest and biggest self that you know deep down that you're meant to be. So that is the work that we are doing here today. For me, a glow up is about loving yourself so much that you're going to support yourself to be the best version of yourself and live this life to the fullest. There is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting the best for yourself and your life and supporting yourself to do exactly that. For me, these glow ups or supporting myself to look, feel, and be my best, it's not just about the external. It's honestly, truly about honoring myself and honoring this life that is such a gift. Loving myself and this gift that life is so much that I want to feel my best. I want to make it the absolute best life that I can. I want to embody the full expression of who I am and what I can do in this life. And I just want to live life to the absolute fullest. So one of the first kind of mindset shifts that I want you to step into with this entire glow up of the self process is what I like to call the MVP mentality. This concept is really about seeing yourself as the motherfucking prize, okay? As a sacred temple. Again, it's not about changing yourself. It's about honoring yourself and this life, loving yourself enough to let yourself live life to the fullest. And so seeing yourself as the absolutely valuable as fuck, unique being that you are. You are the MVP of your life, the most valuable player. And your body, your existence is a sacred temple that you must tend to and care for. And that's part of what a glow up or getting your shit together in order to support you to look, feel, and be your best is. And treating yourself like the MVP with insane value, like the prize, like the sacred temple, does take being really fucking real with yourself. Being willing to see the things that aren't serving you, even if it's kind of hard or uncomfortable to look at or shed and let go of. Being willing to support yourself with necessary routines and structures. Doing new things or doing things in new ways, even if it's uncomfortable. Investing in yourself, in your upkeep, in your self-improvement. Doing the hard things now for the future you. And on that note, for your past selves too. Treating yourself with value like the prize takes discipline, or how I also like to call it, devotion. Discipline and devotion are acts of love. It's not an act of cruelty. I actually used to kind of hate the word discipline because it felt so hard and rigid, which is why I also use the word devotion until I kept pulling one of my oracle cards and getting the discipline card. And then I was like, okay, I guess we need to step into this word a little bit more. I want you to think of discipline or devotion when it comes to being your best self or helping yourself to glow up as how you would treat an altar or a sacred space. Like the ritualistic cleansing of an altar that you would do consistently, maybe even daily or weekly, is not an act of rigidness or force. It's truly an act of love and devotion. So I want you to see the things that you are disciplined about for yourself, for your overall well-being and improvement as acts of love. Again, to help you to make the best out of this one life that you have as this you, this one time. Discipline also means creating new routines or new habits and actually sticking to them. Doing things that you might not want to do, right? Like it's way more comfortable to probably sit on the couch and eat ice cream all day than have yourself get up, do a self-care routine, and go on a long walk. Feed your brain good brain food, like one of these podcasts or an audiobook. It's way easier to continue to do the old, familiar, comfortable things, but it's way more loving to actually care for yourself and nurture your improvement, your well-being, your growth. Again, you're taking these actions not from a place of hate. It's from a place of loving yourself so much that you're going to use your higher mind to help you to override the familiar human comforts so that you can install new, more supportive different ones. I actually saw today while I was scrolling on Instagram a post from the Daily Stoic. I want to read it to you guys because it was just on point with what we're talking about here, and I felt like it was a sign when I saw it. So I'm gonna read it. I'll include the post or like a picture of it or something here for you guys too. Okay, so like I said, this is from the Daily Stoic, and it's from the book Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and it's kind of an internal dialogue about doing the hard things, right? Being disciplined, showing up for yourself. And so here's the dialogue. Waking up early is too hard. Tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for? The things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm. But it's nicer under the covers. So you were born to feel nice? Instead of doing things and experiencing them, don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants and bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order as best they can, and you're not willing to do your job as a human being? We have to sleep sometimes. Agreed. But nature set a limit on that, as it did on eating and drinking, and you're over the limit. You've had more than enough of that, but not of working. There, you're still below your quota. So let that just be your reminder that as humans, we are literally here to do these things, to put in work and effort to grow and evolve. That is what humans do. So your discipline, your devotion to your glow up, to your self-improvement, it's not a bad thing. And it doesn't have to come from this negative place. It can truly come from where mine comes from. And that's loving myself so much that I just want the absolute best for me. A self glow up is most centered around your self-concept. So how you see and how you treat yourself, and seeing yourself as valuable as fuck. And the rest just falls into place from there. Another little metaphor that I like to share that's going to help this concept really click for you in how you need to shift your own perspective of yourself. I want you to imagine a car that you don't value. Okay, let's say this is like a $200 car. Think about this car that you just automatically don't value, how you would treat this car, okay? You probably let anyone drive it. You give it cheap fuel, like you don't care what you're putting in it. You probably don't care if it's trashed, if it's dirty. You're cool with it getting banged up because you don't really care about it anyways. It's only $200. And you probably whip it around crazy because you don't care about it or what happens to it. Okay, now I want you to think about a car that you would really value, okay? Maybe like your dream car, or for the sake of this example, a $200,000 car. And think about how you would treat that car, how you would act with that car, right? You're probably not going to just let anybody drive that car. You're probably going to be pretty picky about who you let behind the wheel of that car. You're obviously going to be putting the best fuel that you can in it. You're going to keep it clean. You're proud of it. So you're going to make sure that it looks good and feels good inside and out. You're going to be careful with it, okay? You're going to be driving it right, not whipping it through the streets, not caring if some other car like sideswipes you. You're going to be whipping it, but like in a good way. Like you're proud of it. Like you're proud to confidently show it off. You are that $200,000 sports car, okay? Actually, you are even more valuable than that because there are probably thousands of that car out there in the world, and there's literally only one of you and will only ever be one of you. So start treating yourself impeccably. An external glow up is great, okay? We love that. And we're about to go there in just a second. But the external actually does not matter if you don't see yourself as that glowed up version of yourself internally. You can force change, a glow up, any sort of success or achievement physically, externally, or you can combine the 3D physical with the energetic realm to make for holistic, lasting change and success, which is exactly what I teach in Scale. And I'm so passionate about teaching and will give you a taste of in this process for your glow up here. But before I forget, Scale is actually enrolling now. So if this kind of stuff, creating infinitely scalable success, becoming healthier, hotter, happier, more successful, and just all around improving again and again is your kind of vibe, then I will link it down below so that you can check it out. The enrollment page will answer so much for you about the magic that's inside of Scale and the transformation transformation that you will get from it. But if you have any questions, of course, just DM me. So there is a big differentiator between success and holistic success. Holistic success basically means actually being happy in the success, because you will see so many people get there, right? Wherever there is, their glow up, their manifestation, their success, their dream job, whatever it may be, and still feel like the version of themselves that they were before, the version of themselves that they were essentially wanting to change, wanting to run from, like growing up and being the girl that no one wanted to be friends with, or being the poor girl in school, or the girl that no boys liked. So although their external life might actually be the complete opposite now, inside they're still fighting those same old demons and limiting beliefs. So they aren't even actually able to enjoy what they've created. And this is the difference between hustling, so forcing and just changing the things externally, and manifesting, which is influencing through your energy and also 3D physical action. Also, you can change absolutely everything about yourself externally, but you should know that energy is still 93% of communication. Let that sink in. We're going to be circling back to this a little bit later. So step one in this self glow up is to see the perfection in yourself now. Now, before you exit out or you roll your eyes, trust me, we're going to get to the physical and the physical actions to take to externally glow up as well, because I believe in the feedback loop of what we see in the physical reality, helping us to install these new beliefs even deeper. But still, like I said, applying all of this together is how you are going to get the greatest benefits and the most lasting holistic success and results. So seeing the perfection in who you are now is all about remembering who you actually are and owning it. Remembering that this life is a gift and you are literally one in infinity. No one else will ever be born that is exactly like you, with all of the traits, all of the gifts, all the uniquenesses, all the quirks, all the flaws that you have. There's a reason for everything that you are. There is a reason why you are here at this time, just the way that you are. You see yourself as imperfect, but there's literally nothing more perfect than exactly who you are for the journey that your soul came here for. And that does not mean that you can't change and evolve too. We quite literally come here to learn, to experience, to grow and evolve. So I know that you're going to want to dive into all the glow up steps that I'm going to give you. But first, this week, I really want you to connect to unconditional love and gratitude for yourself and all that you are now and exactly where you are now. Okay. I want you to really connect to and see how it's actually completely perfect. Maybe you end up finding that some aspect that you've shamed about yourself is actually really a hidden talent or hidden gift if you just reframe it a little. Maybe you find that something in yourself that you've wanted to change or that you haven't always liked or tried to disown is actually the perfect catalyst or motivation for exactly what you're supposed to do and achieve in this life. So before you do the other glow up work that I'm going to give you, trust me, I want you to spend some time just being you, just being as you are right now. Maybe doing some mirror work, gazing into your eyes for an extended period of time. Trust me, there's no way you won't have like a profound emotional experience doing that. Really connect to yourself. I want you to spend some time before you do the other glow up work, really connecting to the fact that you are on your own team. Okay. You are doing this for you. You're doing it all for her, right? All for you, not against her, not against you. You're doing it for the little you. You're doing it for the you were 5 years ago, a year ago, 5 months ago, who you're going to be 5 years from now. That is who you are doing this work for. You're not doing it out of a place of hatred. It's truly coming from a place of love and wanting the best for yourself and out of this life. Really connect to being grateful for all versions of you and for yourself right now for doing this work for you and for all versions of yourself, past and future. And really, really doing it from the purest place of love. And then from there, you can make the changes and know that you will be making them holistically and energetically as well, not just forcing the external. Quick side note, please ignore all of the lighting changes going on. It is getting dark so much earlier now, and we're just trying to work with it. Okay, also this week, I want you to spend some time connecting to who that you is that is just dying to come out, okay? Who your soul is craving to release, to let live, to let experience, to be experienced. And I want you to do this before like looking at your goals or trying to decipher who you need to become to manifest that light. I just want you to connect to who your soul is truly craving to be. And reminder that all of these steps, all of these exercises in the notes of everything that we're covering are going to be in this week's exclusive email. So be sure to sign up for that. I know we're covering a lot. I told you this was going to be a juicy one. Okay, now on to step 2, letting yourself outgrow old versions of you. So I want you to really reflect on, in terms of your identity, your self-concept, and everything about you, how you are, how you move, how you present yourself, the things that you do. I want you to ask yourself and journal on this week, what is no longer true to you? What is no longer serving you as you are now? Okay, like what isn't making you feel good, period? And what isn't serving where you want to go and who you want to be now? That soul craved version of yourself. Maybe these are certain beliefs that you hold about yourself, how you have been identifying or perceiving and seeing yourself, the thoughts that you have about yourself, and your self-talk, how you talk to yourself and about yourself in your head. This is huge. Maybe it's who you follow and who you look up to, and that's no longer serving who you want to become and where you want to go. Maybe it's who you listen to and whose advice you take, who you let tell you about you, or what you've been feeding your brain food, like the podcast you listen to, the shows you watch, the books you read, the social media content that you consume, how you've been living, your routines and habits, how you've been treating yourself and taking care of yourself. Remember, you are a $200,000 sports car. And this episode is actually coming out in perfect timing with a full moon. So I'm going to share with you guys one of my favorite full moon rituals that truly makes the biggest difference. Like, this shit works, and you can do it with what you're releasing and letting go of now with this full moon, or any full moon, or any day for that matter. Okay. You don't have to wait for a full moon if you're catching this at a later time. So I want you to write these things that you are shedding and releasing now. And then I want you to read back the list one point at a time. And with each point that you read, I want you to say to yourself audibly, thank you. And I genuinely want you to feel it. I want you to feel the gratitude for that trait, that way of being, that action, that habit, whatever it is that you're shedding, that you're outgrowing now. Thank it for just being a part of you, being a part of your evolution and a part of your life at some point in time, and in some way serving you at some point in time. Even if it's something that you see as like a negative habit that you don't see how it served you, I want you to really thank it and know that it was a part of your path for a reason. Then I want you to just kind of like hold that paper and meditate on the release. So I like to sit under the full moon and just hold the paper kind of like to my heart and just imagine myself fully releasing, just imagining all of that, just letting go, releasing from my body now. And then you're going to dispose of it. Okay. For me, I like to burn it, but if you're going to burn it, you need to do so super safely, because even I have a fire pit, and that's where I do it in. I had like a bit of a scare last full moon. So if you're going to burn it, do so very, very safely. But otherwise, you can just like tear it up and throw it away, or even like flush it down the toilet. Just dispose of it in some way that feels very final and complete for you. Okay, now moving on to step 3, the glow up energetics. This is creating and becoming this new you. As we have already covered, the ultimate act of self-love is allowing yourself to evolve as your soul craves to, and setting up the supports to help yourself in doing that. But before we get more into some of the actions that you can do to really kick off becoming this new you, let's talk energy. So as you already now know, energy is 93% of communication. I told you we would be coming back to that, which is why someone in like a sweatsuit, but who is radiating this confidence, can draw way more attention and command a room more than someone who's all done up, like makeup and hair to the nines, full designer fit, but who's carrying themselves with a sense of like insecurity. You can do all the things, you can change all the external, but if you aren't locking into the energy, then you're still missing 90% of the puzzle. Insecurity and desperation, you can literally like smell it on someone. And as a former very insecure girl, I know that this stings to hear. But the good news is you need literally nothing to make this shift. It's all done as an inside job. The hack of this kind of confidence that just like captures, mesmerizes people is the energy of no matter what, all is good because you have yourself. You own who you are, you love yourself, and you rock it. Whatever it is, you decide within your own self that you're the shit. You're as in awe with yourself as you are those girls that you follow and idolize. Start idolizing you. You're the it girl, the dream girl. Start turning that energy towards yourself. And when you walk into a room, people will feel that and literally respond accordingly to that energetic script that you're sending out, that you are that $200,000 sports car. When you feel like all is good and you don't have a care in the world, because at the end of the day, you have you and you love who you are and you own it and you rock it. You don't care what anybody else has to say or thinks about you or about any of the haters, because there will always be haters, okay? Whether you are strutting down the street or you are hiding yourself in a corner, people are still going to hate, so you might as well let yourself shine. I know it's not what we have been sold by media and the beauty industry, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry, but it's not your body type or how you look that determines somebody's confidence and their radiance. It is truly how they rock it and own whatever they are working with. So we need to start by doing that. And of course, we can also make the changes and begin to embody or show up in new ways too, that feel better to us, that feel more true to who our soul craves to be, who we desire to be in this life. Rather than seeing this as becoming a different person or having to completely change and delete all of who you are, seeing it as actually letting yourself be who you truly are, starting to fearlessly own and embody the parts of yourself that you haven't let yourself be or express yet. Again, maybe it's been out of fear or judgment or wondering what people are going to say or think about you, but then again, respectfully, fuck that. So I want you to create a list of your new self-perception, okay? Your new self-concept, your identity, how you see yourself, because you decide how you are perceived by the world based on how you perceive yourself first. Everyone else is just responding to your orders. So I want you to make new rules of how you see yourself and who you are. What are the characteristics of this glowed up you that you are stepping into now? And for the sake of what you want to achieve this year, now we can begin to bring in what other aspects or traits would help you to achieve that as well. The energy of this should be solid. Okay, that's what I really want you to work on locking into, is this is just who I am now. Okay, that is the energy of decision, of making a choice and locking into it. And it's no more than that. It is a choice. Just like if you can think of a time where you have just been done with something and that feeling of just being like, I'm fucking done. That's this, but deciding that you are this you now. So do it with confidence and just fucking own it. And it's going to feel a little weird at first. You're going to feel a little different or like you're being Delulu, but good, be Delulu. And eventually that is going to become just natural and normal for you. You have to have patience for yourself and remember that you're literally reprogramming your mind and carving out new neural pathways, going against ways of being, of identifying, of moving through the world, of seeing yourself that might have been installed throughout your entire life. So be patient. Know that it's going to feel a little weird. You're going to feel a little delulu. And if it feels different, that's a good thing. Okay, now step 4, we are finally getting into the grounded actions. This is what you have been waiting for. So you're going to continue to lock into this energy and this new identity so that you make it into a subconscious thing where it just becomes that is who you are and how you are. But I like to see things change on the outside too. The external, so what we can actually see and interact with, acts as a sense of positive reinforcement or motivation. So it's like we talked about last week with glowing up your environments. It's like a positive external feedback loop. So while we are doing the work on the inside, there is nothing wrong with beginning to do the work on the outside too. So when it comes to self and identity, I like to help myself to see myself more in that new way by putting some things into place that I know help me to feel my best too. I do this about every 3 to 6 months. I just will do a big re-up of my entire life. And this is why I'm always growing. I'm always improving. I'm just always making my life and myself better and better every single year. And it's not just the external successes or like the things that people see, but I like to say richer, hotter, happier, and healthier always. I literally teach everything that makes me consistently do this inside of Scale because it's the mindset, the energetics, the manifestation, and also understanding your unique energy, how you best shine and thrive, and creating a lifestyle around that makes your success just naturally occurring. And then having all of this more like feminine, flowy, dancing with the soul kind of life, also backed and supported by what I like to call like this sexy masculine structure that actually ends up giving you even more freedom, makes your success just absolutely inevitable. Enrollment for Scale is closing soon, but we did decide to extend our early bird discount into a sort of early Black Friday discount for you guys. I knew I wanted to do something for Black Friday for Arcanum Academy, but I wasn't sure what. And it just felt wrong to like take away the discount for like a couple weeks and then reapply it for anybody who would get in during those 2 weeks. So I just decided we would keep the discount there. So you can save up to $350, which is the biggest discount that we've ever had for Scale. So again, if this is your vibe, I definitely encourage you to at least check out the enrollment page and see if it aligns to you. Like, see if it's something that you just feel a soul call to. When people ask me if I think it would be right for them, I always say first to check in with your intuition because you know yourself best. But of course, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. And I've also been popping up a bunch of question boxes on my Instagram stories throughout this entire enrollment period. So you can ask a question there or DM me directly. But I've just been blown away by how many people have enrolled and kind of sent me the same message that they've really asked for a sign or they've asked for a manifestation coach to guide them through their next up level and what they want to bring in the new year. And then they like found my page or found Scale and how just divine this cohort is coming together. So if you feel called to be a part of it, I definitely want you to be there. Okay, so anyways, back into one of the things that I love to do the most. I do this, like I said, around every like 3 to 6 months. I honestly find that in my life, and I think other people can be different, but at least for me, I just find these like natural waves and seasons that I go through of restriction and expansion. And during a point, feeling called to kind of do this sort of like reset and rebirthing of my identity of myself, or what you could call like a glow up. And for me, this natural cycle tends to occur like every 3 months, or sometimes it will happen like when I get back from vacation or just when I'm feeling like meh, you know, just not like on it, not feeling myself, not feeling like my best self. This is the process that I do, and I honestly love it. Okay, so I want you to create a glow up list. Okay, so a glow up list is kind of like the brain dump that you did in episode 1 of this glow up challenge, but it's more specifically looking at the things that you can change right now that will help you to feel like you are more of this glowed up version of yourself. I like to give myself like a week or a weekend to do this, just depending, like if you want to space out certain appointments that you might be making. Think of this as like your high maintenance to be low maintenance kind of reset. So first I like to get some inspo going. So like some style inspo, hair inspo, just overall aesthetic and vibe inspiration. So what I love to do for this is like a glow up Pinterest board. I also do this whenever I'm like at the start of a new year, which I know is just around the corner for us, or I'm making a new vision board. I like to make like an identity Pinterest board. So your glow up or new next level self Pinterest board is just going to include a collection of images that are representations or inspirations for this version of you that you're stepping into now. So this could be anything from like style or certain outfits that you want to recreate. Maybe it's like hairstyles or certain makeup looks. I also like to include certain quotes or like anything that I find on Pinterest that I feel like is just the epitome of this next level glowed up up version of myself that I'm stepping into. Also, any sort of aesthetic photos, anything that just acts for you as a trigger of that next level version of you. It's like a mood board for your glow up, okay? Use it as a resource. When you're getting dressed in the morning, when you're getting ready to go on a date, how you're gonna do your hair and makeup, before you go shopping for new clothes. You can also add a collection of like beauty tips, skincare, whatever it is that just is like a resource bank for this glow up. And you can literally start this today, and it's honestly so fun to do. While you're at it, I also want you to do a role model remodel. So I want you to change the people that you tune into, like the people that you stalk online, if you need to. If they no longer align with you or aren't supportive with who you are becoming now and where you want to go. If they don't act as positive inspiration or motivation for this next level version of you. We kind of talked about this last week, like cleaning up your social medias, but this is really your time to do a big unfollow spree, because that is all food that you're feeding your brain, whatever you were taking in from social media. Something you could do is even create like an Instagram saved folder of certain expanders. So like the new people that you want to kind of stalk. I think you can like favorite certain accounts as well. I'll even unfollow or like just mute people who I follow that I just feel like aren't good influences for me and like what I want to be feeding my mind or how it makes me feel. If it's just not supporting you in your social media can be a really cultivated place to just be inspiration and motivation for you. So make it that. So do a little role model remodel, decide who your new expanders are going to be. I always give the example too of like, you can Frankenstein together your expanders. Maybe you like someone's style, but you like someone else's work ethic, and you like somebody else's like parenting style, and you like someone else's interior design. Just kind of find your people that you really enjoy their content and you find it really inspiring or motivational for you. Also, on this note, this would be a good time to kind of set yourself up with the brain food that you're going to be feeding your brain to really help install this new energy that you're wanting to step into. So along with the people you follow, maybe this is the podcast that you listen to, the YouTubers that you watch, the music that you listen to, the books you read, just kind of create a plan about that for yourself so that you don't go back and revert to old behaviors. Okay, so after you have your inspos together, this is when I like to create a sort of glow up day, or like I said, week or weekend. So first we start with like a makeover spa day. Okay, this is all about pampering yourself and helping yourself to just feel luxurious, like feel taken care of, feel like the best version of yourself. This is going to look different for everybody. Like I said, when I just feel like meh, like when I just feel like I need to do some self-care to glow myself up, I will first just brain dump all the things that I feel like I need to do, okay, that I know help me to feel better and see myself better. So some examples of these coming from my own mind or just from things that I thought maybe might apply for you, making any sort of beauty appointment. So for example, this could be like a hair appointment, which I'm doing this right alongside you guys. So I have my appointments booked for next week. Maybe I'll make like some sort of little like TikTok or reel vlog showing you guys me doing my like makeover days. And also don't feel like you have to spend a bunch of money for this, because all of these things you could do at home too. Like rather than getting your hair done, maybe you just give yourself a blowout at home, but just actually taking the time to style your hair, getting your nails done or doing your nails at home. Please ignore my nails for this video. I recently got a puppy, so I have removed all my gels so that she doesn't eat them. And so we're in a recovery period for my nails. Also, I'll insert a picture of my puppy hair because I'm a proud mother. Getting your brows and lashes done. I do my brows and lashes at home. Any other beauty appointments that you can think of, just making it a part of this sort of like glow up week to just re-up on those things that you know make you feel like she's back. For me, this is kind of controversial, but personally, I feel better with a little glow. So I love a fake tan. I know some people are like, why are you putting poison on your body? But I get the cleanest one I can get. Doing like a full body shower. This is a must in your makeover spa day, okay? I want you to like shave, exfoliate, just like do a nice hair mask, fully pamper yourself in the bath or shower. I just always feel like a brand new person when I do that. Also, I'm a huge fan of lotions or oils. And one of my all-time glow up hacks that if you've been around for a while, you've heard me say this so many times, is doing that. So putting lotion or oil on your body while saying self-love affirmations. And then like putting on your robe or some like silk PJs face and doing a face mask. Again, this like at home makeover spa day is really all about pampering yourself, really making yourself feel loved and appreciated while also doing the things that you know make you feel better about yourself and give you that kind of external feedback of seeing yourself as a glowed up, more put together version of you. Some other things that I like to do when I'm stepping into a glow up or stepping into a next level version of myself is I love to pick out a signature scent. I have like a full collection of perfumes at my house because I'm just a perfume girl, and I'll get one and then I'll get sick of it and then I'll get another. It's a whole thing. So I'll just go through the perfumes that I already have and pick one that I feel like is the embodiment of this glow up that I'm embarking on. Currently, I just returned to Baccarat Rouge, but I was so off that. Like I could not stand the smell of it for a while, but I don't know, we're back now. But if you don't have a collection of perfumes, maybe treat yourself to a perfume, a signature scent of this next level version of yourself, of this glowed up self that you're becoming now. You might want to do a little refresh of your skincare routine or your makeup routine. Maybe this looks like getting new things, or this can even be as simple as just like cleaning out your skincare and makeup products and just reorganizing it and making it all feel better for you. This is kind of going off of the work that we did last week as well in the week 2 of the challenge, which was your environmental glow ups. So creating a space that really nurtures you feeling good and embodying this glowed up you. So for the sake as well of talking about external glow ups, maybe you want to reorganize your closet and refresh your clothes for the season. It doesn't mean you have to go out and buy stuff. Maybe you do, but maybe you just kind of pick out your staple pieces that you feel are a reflection of how you want to be dressing this season. I always like to refresh my workspace just because a lot of my goals, a lot of my glow ups have to do with my work as well. And again, we covered this in last week, but cleaning your home. When I'm doing my all around makeover day of myself, I like to make sure that I really clean my home that day too, so that I just feel fresh all around. You can also create some new routines for yourself. So we're going to go more into this next week, but maybe this looks like planning out some new healthy meals or the workouts that you're going to be doing, building on your base routine that we set into place last week. So you're already locked into a bedtime and a wake up time. You're getting sun and movement in the morning. Maybe you add in something like a meal prep day, or I love a Sunday, get my shit together day. And how we are romanticizing this all, I really want you to make this sweet, to make it feel good, make it a fun thing for you to do. This is a you weekend. It's all about you, all about pampering you and just setting yourself up for success. I cannot even tell you, like, I literally love doing this. Like, if I'm on vacation or if it's a Monday and I know that the next weekend I'm doing this kind of weekend for myself, I will look forward to it all week. Like right now, even filming this, knowing that next week is my glow up week for myself, so excited talking about it, if you can't tell. So make it that for you. Really make it something that feels sweet, that feels luxurious, that feels loving and caring and nurturing to you. Again, we are not trying to change you. We are helping you to step into the you that you actually know that you truly are and letting that light shine. Again, you can spread this sort of makeover exercise over a week if you have like appointments that you want to go to, or even longer. There's no time limit. Or you can do like a makeover weekend. So what I like to do, like I said, next week I have some of my appointments, and then that weekend I'll do my little makeover weekend. So what that looks like is doing like my at-home makeover, like my spa day and home stuff on a Saturday. And then on Sunday, I like to have myself a day. Okay, so you're coming off of having just gotten your hair done, gotten your nails done your everything shower, your face mask, fake tan if that's something that you're into, your brows, like you're just feeling yourself. So Sunday, I just want you to like romanticize the fuck out of that day. Something that I like to do is just really have like a juicy long morning. Maybe I'll go for a long walk and I'll listen to a course or a podcast or like a spiritual audiobook or even one of my walking hypnosises from Scale. I'll journal. I'll just like sit and stare out the fucking window. Like just romanticize this day for yourself. Okay. You're feeling yourself. You're feeling good. Then I will take my time to get ready, like do my hair, do my makeup, put on a cute outfit, and then like run some silly little errands. Like I'll go get a coffee. I'll go to Trader Joe's or Target or Whole Foods, not even with a purpose, but I'll make a purpose. Like maybe you can get yourself candles or incense or food for the week with the meal prep that you're doing, or like a sweet treat for desserts. Or maybe you bake something because that's what this glowed up version of yourself does. And then I like to come home, set up my planner for the week. We'll be talking about that next week, and do some more just like inspo gathering and like vision boarding inside of my glow up Pinterest board. That is like my perfect chef's kiss glow up weekend schedule. Okay, so you have a lot to do and apply this week. Again, I will have it all broken down for you in this week's exclusive email, so make sure to sign up for it. It's linked down below. And I did not forget about your habit number 3 of the 4 habits that you're installing through this 4-week, 30-day glow up plan. Habit number 3 is a self-focused habit, one that really supports this glowed up version of you. And you, of course, know her best, so I'm gonna let you pick it. But please do share it below and share about this glowed up version of you and this glow up week or weekend that you're planning for yourself below too, as inspo for everyone else. I can't wait to hear the habits that you guys pick this week and how you feel after applying everything that we covered in this episode. Reminder that Scale is enrolling with limited spaces and for a limited time and currently discounted. If you want more, I also have a free secret podcast called Manifestation Keys, which is the keys behind my first 70K month. So I will link that down below for you too. I am wearing the Arcanum LA Carnelian punk chain as seen on Queen Charlie. This is like an Arcanum OG staple. If you know, you know. The Dragon Stacker Choker, a Pyrite bracelet, and of course the Rapture ring stackers. I will link all of those down below for you too, but of course they're all Arcanum LA. Be sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss next week's challenge episode. And with that, I am sending you so much love and so much good fucking energy. I will see you next week. Bye.